If you're hacking up thick mucus every morning, I want you to know something important right now. This is not your fault. You didn't cause this by getting older or not taking care of yourself the right way. Your body is trying to warn you, and it has been for a while. That mucus is not just an annoyance, it is a sign that something deeper is wearing you down from the inside. It is why you feel tired before lunch. It is why your chest feels heavy even on good days. And if it keeps going, it pulls more from your body every year you ignore it. In the West, the doctors look at this and say allergies or post-nasal drip. They hand you sprays and pills that might dry your throat for a little while, but never fix what is really happening. They make money while you keep coming back with the same problem. In Chinese medicine, we have seen this pattern in bodies for generations. We understand where it truly starts. Every morning, you stand at the sink, you cough and hog up that thick, sticky mucus. It clogs your throat and leaves your voice rough. Your chest feels heavy. You look in the mirror and feel tired before the day has even begun. You have stopped doing the things you love. Long talks on the phone make it worse. You skip the community choir or the book club because the coughing interrupts everything. You sit quietly at family gatherings so no one hears you clearing your throat over and over. The quiet self-blame sits there every day. You think if only you drank more water or avoided certain foods, it would stop, but it doesn't. Your doctor told you it is allergies. The pharmacy hands you another pill. You have lived inside that story for years, accepting it as part of life now. What I want you to hear is this. In the next 3 to 4 weeks, you could wake up without that morning battle. Your throat could feel calm and clear. You could breathe deeply without the constant need to clear it. That is the change I have seen in so many. My patient Linda, 62, stopped coughing on day 19. She called me to say she had forgotten what a quiet morning even felt like. But the story you have been told about this mucus is the wrong one. It is not coming from your nose. It is not coming from your lungs. It is coming from somewhere most people never think to check. And once you see the real source, you cannot unsee it. Let me show you what is really happening inside your body right now. Picture the spot where your stomach meets your throat. There is a small gate there, a little muscle ring that is supposed to stay closed tight after you eat. Over the years, that gate gets tired. It does not seal the way it once did. At night, when you lie down, a thin stream of stomach acid slips through and starts crawling upward. It is not a flood. It is a slow, steady creep. The acid touches the soft lining of your throat, and your body does the only thing it knows how to do. It sends out thick mucus to coat and shield the tissue from the burn. That is the ropey stuff you wake up hacking every single morning. This is why nothing you have tried has touched the problem for long. The sprays and pills you get from the doctor are aimed at the mucus itself, or at something they call allergies. They dry things out for a few hours, maybe, but they never reach the gate that is letting the acid climb. They never calm the irritation that keeps calling for more mucus. In the old ways, we look at the whole flow. We see the acid rising because the stomach energy is not settling downward the way it should. The body is protecting itself the best it can, but the root is still there every night. In 52 years of practice, I have watched this same pattern over and over. The throat stays raw. The voice grows hoarse more easily. Swallowing starts to feel just a little off. Every year this goes unaddressed. The body has a harder time finding its way back to balance. But knowing why this happens is not the same as fixing it. You can understand the gate, the acid, the inflammation, and still wake up every morning hacking the same mucus. The real question is, what actually breaks the loop? And there is one woman who tried everything before she finally found the answer. One of the people who came to me was Linda, 64, from Charlotte, North Carolina. She used to be a school librarian. She loved reading stories aloud to the children every morning. But for 3 years, the mucus made her voice crack and forced her to stop halfway through. She tried every allergy medicine on the shelf. She slept with her head raised. She gave up tomatoes, coffee, even chocolate. Nothing lasted. She told me the worst part was the shame. She felt old before her time and wondered what she was doing wrong. I showed her what was really happening with that tired gait and the acid creeping up. Then I gave her the simple daily practice that the old ways have used for this exact pattern. Within 10 days, the thick mucus in the mornings had thinned out. By day 19, like she said on the phone, she woke up and her throat was quiet. She went back to reading to the grandkids every Saturday. She told me the best part was not having to clear her throat before she spoke anymore. She just opened her mouth and the words came easy again. That is what happened for Linda. The same road is open for you. I am about to give you exactly what I gave her so you can start tonight with what you already have in your kitchen. Here is what most people with this morning mucus have already tried. You have probably done some of it yourself. The nasal rinses, the antihistamine pills, the throat lozenges that coat for an hour and then leave you drier than before. Maybe you cut out spicy foods or raise the head of your bed. For a few days it might feel a little better. Then the mucus comes right back, thick as ever, because none of those things ever stop the acid from making its slow climb every night. What is really going on is a chain that starts with the condition you feel, the mucus and the constant clearing. Underneath that is inflammation in the throat tissues. The lining stays red and swollen because the acid keeps touching it. And underneath that inflammation is the gut. That is where the imbalance is fed every single day. The stomach and intestines are not breaking down food and settling the energy the way they once did. The gut sends signals upward that keep the gate loose and the acid restless. Your body has been caught in a loop for years. The acid rises and causes inflammation. The inflammation makes more mucus. The mucus makes you cough and clear. That constant irritation keeps the gut unsettled. The unsettled gut keeps the acid rising. No one has ever laid the whole circle out for you before. That is why the pills and sprays never held. They broke one small piece of the circle for a day or two, but the rest of the loop just kept turning. The good news is the gut only needs 3 things to settle this loop and quiet the whole chain. It needs living beneficial bacteria to bring balance back to the stomach and intestines. It needs the right kind of fiber that those bacteria love to eat so they can multiply and do their work. And it needs the gentle healing compounds those bacteria make once they are well fed. Those compounds calm inflammation, strengthen the gate muscle, and help the stomach energy flow downward again, instead of rebelling upward. There is one everyday drink that delivers all 3 of those things in the exact way the old traditions have always understood. It is kombucha, not the sugary kind from the store that sits on the shelf for weeks. The real, living kind that still has the culture working. When you take a small amount, every day, the living bacteria reach the gut and start calming the imbalance. The fiber in it feeds them so they stay strong. The compounds they create soothe the inflammation that has been sitting in your throat. The gate between stomach and throat begins to hold again. The acid stops its nighttime climb. And when the acid stops climbing, the throat no longer needs to make that thick protective mucus every morning. This is what I give the people who come to me with this exact pattern. I make my own kombucha at home because I have the time and the knowledge. But for everyone watching online who can't brew their own, I give BoochBod Kombucha Gummies. The link is in the description, or you can search BoochBod Kombucha Gummies on Amazon. Linda called me again last month. She said her mornings are so quiet, now she sometimes forgets to check her throat at all. She reads to the children without stopping. Her voice stays clear, even on cool mornings. She told me the heaviness in her chest is gone, and she feels lighter when she walks. Those are the kinds of things people say when the loop finally breaks. It is not dramatic. It is just the return of ordinary ease. Let me put Linda back in her life for a moment. She is in her living room on a Saturday morning, sunlight coming through the window. A circle of little faces looking up at her while she reads the next chapter of the storybook. No coughing, no clearing her throat between sentences, just her voice, steady and warm, doing what she always loved. It is never too late. The body still knows how to do this work, no matter how long it has been carrying the problem. The gate can remember how to close. The inflammation can settle. The mornings can become quiet again. If this spoke to you, please subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next time we talk about these quiet signals the body sends. Share this with someone you know who wakes up clearing their throat the same way, and leave a comment below. Tell me one thing you noticed in your own mornings after watching. I read every single comment on this channel. Until next time,